So, this is the start of my 6th Premier Challenge of the VGC 16 season, although still using VGC 15 rules. But, you know, those VGC 16 rules are out now, as everyone knows. It's not what I wanted. I didn't want GS Cup. I had so many ideas if it was the special ladder where the top 20 were banned, so all the Kangaskhans and Landorus all gone. But it wasn't to be. Still having a bit of fun on the Showdown ladder already, but I don't know, as it gets further on in the season, there'll probably end up being another Chalk that's going to be Groudon and Xerneas and all that stuff. Anyway, this first battle was against Lee Provost, who I have never beaten, and I really wanted to beat, to finally get my revenge for him knocking me out of the UK Nationals. So he leads Kangaskhan Azumarill into my Thunderous Venusaur, which is so perfect for me because his Azumarill won't be getting up the belly drum, and he's either got to protect or switch. So I can play around this. It's not the hardest prediction you can ever make, so he brings in Heatran, expecting to take a Sludge Bomb, and I switch in Suicune to hopefully take the Fake Out and Sludge Bomb this Kangaskhan instead of the Azumarill. So there's the Mega Evolution. He told me afterwards that he didn't want me getting up a Nasty Plot, so he's one of the only people with that knowledge, it seems, because no one ever thinks about Nasty Plot on Thunderous. And I have actually switched back to my Nasty Plot Thunderous for this tournament, rather than the fun choice-bound one. So there was the Fake Out onto the Suicune, and I get Sludge Bomb onto this Kangaskhan, which is a 3-hit KO, but lucky me, I get the Poison, turning it into a 2-hit KO, which really makes things a lot easier. So this next turn, he's going to switch out Kangaskhan to stop it from getting KO'd, get some more Fake Outs when it comes back in, and I can make a fairly simple play because Heatran can't really do anything. I would be able to KO Kangaskhan if I went for the Sludge Bomb on it, so I Sludge Bomb the Kangaskhan slot and get the Tailwind up to outspeed everything. Because I'm pretty sure that Heatran is a timid one, given what Lee has been running before. So here's a Sludge Bomb into Kangaskhan. Now a Moongus. Looks like a 3-hit KO, probably. But here I can make a super safe play. I don't need to make any sort of predictions. I can just go for the Scoldon with Heatran. It's always a 2-hit KO, even the bulkiest. Not enough to stop the substitute, which is a shame, but Sludge Bomb's not going to do anything into the Amoonguss Protect. And here I see the leftovers, no Shucker, although I don't think I brought my Landorus into this match, so that information didn't really matter. Going to protect Heatran. I expected the Rage Powder this turn, so I went for Ice Beam instead and just double up onto this Amoonguss. And I get a critical hit with my Ice Beam, which is completely useless because I was going for Sludge Bomb onto it as well. So Amoonguss is gone, no more redirection, and then I can just play completely safe from now on. I don't need to predict any sort of protects from later turns from the Heatran. I don't need to risk any protects from this Fake Out. He can Fake Out whatever he wants, and I can just double onto this Kangaskhan and it will go down next turn. So he fakes out Suicune, stops the Scald onto the Kangaskhan, but I still get my Sludge Bomb. And seeing before, it's very likely, unless I get the lowest roll here, it's going to knock out Kangaskhan with the Poison. And Heatran's not going to do much with Heat Wave, so I was fine with taking this Heat Wave, especially because of the Thick Fat. So look at that damage, that's not much. And given the damage, I would say it was probably a timid one. So enough to activate my Citrus Berry, which actually puts me on more health than before the Heat Wave, so that's really nice. So here, Kangaskhan should be in poison range. It looks very close, but it is actually enough to take out Kangaskhan. So now he's left with a Heatran and an Azumarill to try and take out a Mega Venusaur and a Suicune. And that's not going to happen. So I still don't need to make any sort of predictions. He's got the Protect on Azumarill, but I don't need to double up onto this Heatran if I predicted that, because Giga Drain's going to do nothing. Although I could have Scolded the Heatran and then Leech Seeded it, but there's no point predicting here. I can just make the safe plays. Because of that first turn, or the leads from the first turn, I've just been making completely safe plays throughout the whole match. I didn't need to make any predictions, and that's how important a lead matchup can be. Because there was no way he was going to set up his belly drum. Because I could have easily doubled into it with Thunderbolt and Sludge Bomb, and then there was no belly drum. So just showing the lead matchup and making all the safe plays. You don't need to predict all the time, although that is my style, very much so. So here's Sludge Bomb. It's EV'd to do at least 75% to Azumarill, so they won't get up. If they go for the belly drum, then I'll definitely get off a Sludge Bomb and KO. So no belly drum, just not no belly drum. He had to go for it if there was any chance for him to get back in. But at this point, I'm just rambling because I'm just making completely safe plays and just scolding, Sludge Bombing. There's no reason to do otherwise. I don't need to set up any Tailwinds anymore. Doesn't matter if he outspeeds me or not, although I am getting quite low with Venusaur. I still have my Thundurus in the back, and I can't remember what I brought. What did I have? Thundurus, Scrafty, and something else. Heatran. I would have probably bought Heatran. But there we go. Like, there's nothing that Azumarill can do, and he's just going to forfeit. So, that was game 1. On to game 2.